I am sleepy. I need some hood rat music to wake me up. Hello darlings, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rita Queen, and I want to talk to you guys about something that has kind of been a difficult part of my entire month of January. Today we're going to be talking about feelings. Purely because I am full of them. I got some experience with it, you know, so therefore let's talk about it. This month, for one reason or another, I found myself feeling really heavy and weighed down. Hashtag guilt. Because I think guilt has a way of doing that to you. Ranging anywhere from like small emotional discomfort to maybe some self-doubt and small thinking, all the way to like soul-crushing anxiety and anger. By far, the craziest thing about guilt is that it's not a rational feeling. I know at least it makes me completely irrational. Like if I'm starting to feel it, instead of dealing with it half the time, what I do is I feel it super deep, and I think I need to hide away and deal with the feelings. So I go hide away myself in a little my room, and then I let time pass because it's gonna heal my heart wounds. And then guess what? It doesn't fix itself. It doesn't heal. And as soon as I muster up the courage and the willpower to come out of that hiding, as soon as I face the person or the situation again, it pierces me just as deep. It hurts just as much. And I'm stuck in a cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over because I don't know how to deal with guilt. So this is something I've learned about guilt. First point today. Don't look at my fingernails. I didn't paint them yet. Number one, guilt is a painful emotion. However, it's also a valuable emotion. Guilt can be positive. Say what? When it's recognized, it can be channeled to something positive in your future. A different action, a different thought, a different way of doing something, a different way of addressing someone. But you have to choose to do it first. So maybe your heart is giving you that icky feeling as a response to maybe your poor actions, the way you think, the way you treat others. Let the way you feel motivate to change the way you live. Let's pretend you're a vlogger and you made an announcement on your very first video that you would post every Friday. And every video you've posted since then hasn't been on a Friday. You might feel some type of way. You might feel a little bit of guilt. But here's the thing. I could choose to either live in that guilt and invite it into my heart and never get better, or recognize it, find out what I'm doing wrong, and make better choices. February is my month to be a better YouTuber. Goodbye, guilt. I 100% get it. It is much easier said than done to let go of guilt. I'm living it. With you, I'm in it. But at the same time, what is just as true as that is that we don't have to drown in guilt. We can choose to let it go. I sincerely think if you were living with guilt in your life, you choose to. You choose to hold on to it. Because you could just let it go. Breathe. What's even crazier is that we hold on to guilt because we feel like we deserve it. Like that junk is gonna make us any better. The reason we even feel guilty is because we want to be better and do better. We feel this anxiety because we did so poorly. And yet we choose to stay guilty and then we don't do better. Because we feel like we can't do better. Okay. Here's the thing. We are all guilty of something. Literally, something's gonna make you feel guilty in life. Maybe it's a mistake. And guess what? That's normal. That's what makes you human. Like we're doing this thing called life. Maybe you even feel guilty for all the good things that you didn't do. The kind words you could have said that you didn't. The good deeds that went undone. That's me. The beginning of January was really heavy for me. to say the least. I lost a friend to substance abuse. I instantly felt guilty for not stepping up, for not being the friend she needed. In my guilt, literally closed myself up in the studio. I stayed there for 24 hours. I questioned myself, and I questioned my character. I questioned what I was capable of doing. I questioned the kind of friend I was. For the longest time, I asked myself, okay, God, like, what's the lesson here? What's the lesson? And nothing came until eventually I realized that sometimes there just isn't a lesson. It just sucks. And my question changed from what's the lesson to what do I do now? And that's when I started to take a healthier perspective on guilt. Sometimes there's a lesson, but sometimes there's not. You can't go back and change the past and what's been done. But guilt can be a reminder to do better next time. And since then, something I've learned is that I can wake up every morning with a confidence in my heart, because no matter how bad yesterday was or the day before or how dreadful the week may have been behind me, is that the day that I wake up, it's full of new mercy for me. And I can go and do and be better. I can choose to love myself enough and respect myself enough to forgive myself. And I think that's really how you learn to let go of guilt. It's just forgiving yourself. Recognizing that you're human and that you make mistakes and that you don't do everything right because you're not perfect. Moving past that point, another subject for another day. There's no need to drown in guilt. Love yourself, forgive yourself, and remember that every day is full of new mercy. The best you can do is to do better tomorrow. And that's enough. Now, on a not so emotional note, that is the end of my video for this week. If you want to see more of me, guys, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel or follow any of my links below for my social media accounts, which is like basically Instagram and Snapchat. So that's all I got. I love you, and thanks for listening again, guys. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And thank you for forgiving me for not posting this on a Friday. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. Wait, I forgot something because this is new and I'm too lazy to put this camera back on the tripod. So, please, if you're interested, watch some of my favorite moments for the week at the end of the vlog. And go now. That didn't work. Go now.